Y estamos de regreso aquí en Arfar por Reactor 105 y ya están con nosotros nuestros invitados de Nothing. So welcome guys, how are you?
Great, thank you.
Good. We're better now.
Welcome.
We made it.
Okay, and this radio station is Reactor, and this show it's Arf, and we are really happy to have this interview with you. Well, you're about to perform at the Sled Away Festival this weekend. So, how are you feeling? What does it mean for the band to come and play in Mexico and this festival?
I mean, it is always a pleasure to be here. This is my home away from home at this point. Every time we come, we have a very good time. Maybe too much of a good time. But yeah, I'm happy to be here, right?
Yeah, I think Slide Away is so interesting that it's international too, you know? I mean, it's now, Slide Away Festival is an international fest, and it's so cool to do it here in Mexico City first, out of the U.S., so.
Nos contaban un poquito de que pues realmente están emocionados, que ya venir a México es como también estar en una segunda casa, y están emocionados por traer también por primera vez el Slide Away, que es un festival internacional, y hacerlo aquí en Ciudad de México.
Sí, que siempre se la pasan muy bien, es un muy buen lugar, y para Dominic es la primera vez que está aquí, ¿no? También pues les preguntábamos cómo se sentían y qué, cómo los había recibido México, ¿no? And what expectation can you fans have before the show in Mexico? And can we expect any surprise for this date?
You gotta keep your expectations low. Keep them low, and it'll be a great thing. It'll be a nice event. I mean, Whir's playing too, our hermanos and Whir, you know, they're back, and it's been a long time coming.
Yeah, I think it was cool for us to just create a hub in Latin America. So, you know, this is for Slide Away. You know, it's nice to be able to showcase some of the bands that maybe don't get heard enough in the States. But with us doing it, it gives a lift. So like No Somos Marineros and Mint Field, who we've had in the state a couple times, and Hallis all being on the bill. It's just like it's a nice way to showcase what's going on down here too. So as far as expectations or surprises, I think the fact that we've somehow made it here and we're still alive is
pretty
a
impressive.
Good start so
Pretty
far.
Impressive, yeah.
Yeah.
Pues ya le preguntábamos si tienen alguna expectativa por parte de los fans mexicanos y al revés, si también ellos tenían alguna sorpresa para sus fans. Nos dicen que pues las sorpresas y las expectativas se dan ya conforme se está tocando en vivo en el show.
Y el cartel, estar compartiendo cartel con estas bandas que pues a lo mejor no se habían presentado en este festival, como lo es No Somos Marineros, que ya los mencionábamos por acá antes de entrar a platicar un poquito con ustedes, y también como Howless, que también nos hacían mención de esta banda.
Oigan, vamos a escuchar algo de Nothing. Lo que vamos a escuchar a continuación se llama Just a Story. And okay, let's listen to Just Story by Nothing.
Okay.
Deep cut.
Deep.
Eso que acabamos de escuchar es Just a Story de Nothing, que pertenece a su última producción discográfica, The Great Dismal. So, we just heard your story, this single from one of your latest releases. Could you tell us about the concept of the album, The Great Dismal?
For the Great Dismal,
Yeah.
the concept,
The album.
It for me it was very much the perfect wrap up of the a 4-album 10-year long span. We released a record, Guilty of Everything, in 2013, and every 2.5 years another record, Tired of Tomorrow, Dance on the Blacktop, finally Great Dismal, and to me it was like the perfect wrap up for that era of Nothing. So it feels like a final chapter. It was like the best of all the Nothing records combined into one for me personally. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would say it's the same. As a fan, before I was in the band, working on that last record, I was like, this is everything that I like about this band, and I got to be a part of it.
Nos cuentan un poquito sobre que este álbum es un disco donde al final convergen la mayoría de los sonidos y la esencia de lo que pues forma Nothing a través de los años para llegar a este disco.
Claro, y la portada de este álbum tiene un hombre pues, desnudo que va del torso hacia arriba, pero también en algunas fotografías es el cuerpo completo. So, you can tell us about the story behind the cover in this album?
Yeah, so for this record, it was we put this record out during COVID, 2020. It was a difficult time to try to get anything done, as far as artwork. But I had a friend, Walter, who connected me with the artist Jordan Hemingway. And he's more of like a fashion photographer, fashion designer. He works with like Gucci and like, big brands like that. So, but he also was shooting videos for like Travis Scott and MIA and stuff like that. But everyone was very slow with work, so he had time. So he took pity on us. He liked the record a lot. He was a fan. So he did the first 3 videos, and he did the concept for the art. It was one of the first times I stepped away from doing, like, having a hand in the art. But, I mean, he had a whole synopsis written about it based around the record and what I had told him about. It was mostly about, like, degenerative kind of state of mind and kind of just things falling apart slowly and naturally. And he kind of made a concept with like, is it Saturn or Zeus? It's
sure.
like Zeus and...
I mean, it's like Zeus, or like, I mean, any sort of... When I think about it, I think about a god getting dementia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pues nos cuentan que detrás de quizá muchas artes en grandes marcas, en grandes diseñadores, en grandes diseños, pues tuvieron esta idea de contactar a uno de sus amigos, o los contactó de sus amigos para hacer esta fotografía donde se muestra también el concepto de la parte del hombre libre de todo esto, ¿no?
Y pues también era una etapa en la que ellos estaban pues tureando por parte final de la pandemia. Ajá. Que forma justo esta estética de este hombre que aparece, que justo no muestra como esta esencia alegre, sino más bien triste.
Exactamente. Okay, I would like to back to the moment when Nothing was formed. It's maybe a difficult question, but how do you finally find the sound of the band, and how would you describe Nothing music?
I've been in interviews all day today, and that's been a question that's come up, and I've realized that I have no idea. Nothing has always been inspired by life and internally and the life around me first. That's the only reason that I get up and move and do anything. It's been a therapeutic outlet for me since the very beginning. So it all kind of starts there. Obviously, we're influenced by a lot of like the aggressiveness that I grew up with in punk and hardcore and stuff. But at the same token, I was also blessed with like good parents that listened to cool music. So like while I was listening to punk and hardcore, I was also being filtered, Cocteau Twins and The Cure and stuff like that. So I had a good balance of music heading into this, and the goal has always been to like use music as a way to kind of release things that have been stuck inside my brain. We want to make beautiful, heavy music, but ultimately depressive and sad. That's just naturally how it comes out, I think. So.
Nos cuenta un poquito sobre que, pues, aparte de tener varias influencias a través de su vida musical, como ha sido el punk y el hardcore, también, pues, la banda ha sido una pasión para poder tener esta motivación de seguir haciendo cosas. Y pues aparte de ser pues un sonido a veces agresivo o fuerte, también busca tener un sonido de cierta forma depresivo.
Exacto, y que también quizá dentro de su gusto por la música heavy o el hardcore, esta música también lo natural, lo brillante lo encuentra en los sonidos más tristes.
For the next question, for some who has not listened to Nothing, for what material would you recommend them listen to?
You want to jump on that?
I mean, the records that I've been on, I would listen to those first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Si les tuvieran que recomendar alguno, los primeros materiales.
Yeah. I think that everything that I've written thus far, minus the newest stuff, the first 4 records, everything I do is kind of naturally put into chronological order always. Like even the songs on each record are kind of meant to be listened to in order.
Yeah, I think you subconsciously do that.
Yeah, I don't know how I do that, but it happens that way. And I think now that those records are finished, like to me it's like start at Guilty of Everything, go to Tired of Tomorrow, hit Dance on the Blacktop, and finish it up with The Great Dismal. And I think that's like the perfect way to get like a comprehension of what it is. It's also 3.5 hours of your day, but yeah, I think it's very much like that.
Thank you. Pues nos recalcan que sus primeros materiales son EPs, with EPs, the first records, and también que de principio a fin, escucharlos de principio a fin, disfrutarlos, no importa el orden cronológico, sino que vayan disfrutando las canciones como vayan sintiendo.
Y que igual, pues a lo mejor se echan unas 3 horitas en escucharlo,
Sí.
pero que pues lo disfruten. How would you describe what the new material are you working on? This is
Okay.
Yeah. I like how you're doing this. It's good. It's good. Go ahead.
Okay, what new material are you working on, and how would you describe the album you're about to release?
Okay, so this is a special moment.
Yeah.
It's hard to describe, as I mentioned before, the pace that we kept on the previous records. Keeping to a 2.5 year window, kind of alluded to having 5 years in between then and now. I feel like I dedicated a lot of my time in my life to Nothing over 12 years in those records, and I kind of evaded my real life, and alienated a lot of friends and family, and I needed to step back a bit and kind of try to sort that out. And I wasn't in any rush to really record a record. I knew it would probably happen, but I wanted it to happen more naturally. I think in the midst of that, just kind of dealing with life around it outside of Nothing, some new doors opened, the new windows open of felt a little bit of clarity, dealt with things that I hadn't really dealt with before, as far as like just getting older and kind of looking back and be like, what the fuck happened over, what happened, over the past 12 years, it's just like it turned around, it's gone, you know, and my body's moving slower, I'm moving slower, things are different. And it wasn't long before I realized I had something to write about again. And then, you know, when we got together, we start putting some songs together. Next thing you know, there's demos. And next thing you know, we're recording. And next thing you know, we're in Reactor talking about it. So that's basically it, I think.
Thank you so much for this special note. And finally, thank you so much for the interview. And how do you describe Nothing but only in 3 words?
The sound of the band.
Well, I've heard you say various, I mean, tristeza, you know, tristeza for sure. It's sad.
Sad.
Sad music.
3
music.
words.
I gave you one.
No, you got to
You got
catch
the other
3.
two.
No,
I have
my-
2 more? Okay.
Yeah.
So sad, absurd, and beautiful.
Sad, observed, and beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Vamos a escuchar una canción más de Nothing. Thank you so much for the interview and thank you for your time.
Thank you so much for the premiere.
yeah.
Exclusive
Exclusive.
material,
I
right?
Yeah.
hope you like it.
Yeah.
We'll be back here in a year's time. And
Yes.
We'll talk about the new record. Yeah.
Yes, please. Vamos a escuchar esto de Nothing. Esto se llama Fame Asylum y lo escuchan aquí en Arfar por Reactor 105.
Arf Arf.